Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. Life is good. Life is amazing. It's a new day today, day number 24, and we are so grateful. Just a disclaimer that on Friday is our last day. The rest of the days we will continue on our own. And yes, and we will then start preparing for Iwoki too that follows after a vision board, but I think it's going to be in June, halfway through the year, so that we can check how far we've been, how we're doing, because this meditation that you are doing is something that you need to incorporate into your life every day, especially this one when you are actually looking at your vision board and actually experiencing what is there, but you're experiencing it now. That is called faith. We call that faith. Yeah. So we are going to go on. I have a long day today. So we're just gonna start. We're not gonna wait for anyone. And abazosjoyina ngendlela. So good morning, Nontobeko, Sinenhlanhla, and everyone else who's watching who has not wrote anything lapha we chat. So we begin by I'm not gonna play any background noise. I'm also encouraging you this week, as I was saying, that prophesy over your life. We are going to use the template, but not as we've been using it for the past 22 days. But what I would like you to do is to prophesy over your life. Speak now. If we say we are grounded, what does it mean to you? And then speak that groundedness. What do you see? Because our meditation also is built on having the ability to see visuals, to see images, and to actually picture ourselves doing those things that we desire for ourselves, and bringing them into the present moment. So ilokhu sobe sikwenza-ke namhlanje. So we're going to take this time and breathe in and breathe out and center ourselves. And we prefer that meditation is done when you are seated down, where you are not distracted. But if you see, this is Kati, it's the time for you to be busy. You can leave it on and listen to it. But please find time to revisit old meditation and sit down and listen to it while you are just invested on the meditation. Continue breathing as you find your center. And as we are breathing in and out, I would like us to go to that place of deep rest, of surrender, a place of being carefree, a place of trusting. How does it feel like to rest, to surrender and trust? And as you continue breathing in and out, for me, it looks like lying down. Just there's a word that comes up like, I don't care. I'm just surrendering. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to try to save myself. I'm not going to put it and just like, I don't care. But it's not really a word like surrender. It's not really not caring, but no, I don't care is in the mix. So it's just like I'm lying there, I'm saying, whatever happens might happen. But I know, then trusting comes in for me. I know that I have a father. And he knows my name. And I'm so precious to him that he will not be silent. He will come up for me. Because he loves me, he will protect me. At some point, he will rebuke me. But all his love, he will never be silent because he cares about me. So that's the way the trusting comes from. My father, unama signals, even if he doesn't see me, but he can sense me. That's how much he loves me. And I feel like we can boast in that love that God has for us, because I don't think that we have embraced it. It's like we are always waiting for God to give us a piece of his mind. But how about we boast in his love? We boast in the fact that he gave up what was precious to him for me. What manner of love is that? That you will give up your son for me. And I'm thinking about my sons, and someone will say, if you give up your son, then the world will be saved. And I'm thinking, from a woman's perspective and instinct, I will run away. I will take my sons and run away. But God, he gave his son for me. And he found pleasure in him dying on the cross to save me. Is it possible to comprehend that fully? But I want us to just rest on that, the love of a father for his child, for his children. Deep rest, surrender, and trusting. Trusting God for your situation. I want to tell you this story today because I know when it comes to trusting God, there are so many bad stories and reports that you are hearing these days. And then we end up panicking about the future because it's uncertain. But yesterday I was driving next to Pavilion, and there's a project they are building a road, and it's huge. And I paid attention to this, and I drove by, went to Pavilion, did what I went there to do, then I came back. So today as I'm rising up, and then God said to me, do you see that people are building? They are not stopping just because they are afraid that there's something that's going to happen in the future, whatever. But why are you stopping? Build. Build what I've told you to build. Do what I've told you to do. Life continues. So even as I'm sharing this, I want to encourage you as we are meditating that there is a continuation of life. There are things that still needs to happen, and we are a part of that. There is a part that we are going to be playing. So I just want us to stand on that. I don't know how it's going to, what interpretation you're going to have, but for me is I'm building. Life is not stopping, but it's continuing. It's a matter of focus. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, how about focusing on what could go right? Because there are so many things that can go right. And I'm focusing on them today. What could go right? What is it that could go right in my life? Maybe we can answer that question. But if you also have your own story, something happening for you, continue with that train of thought. What could go right for you, Tender Joy? What could go right for me is when I'm fulfilling the plan that God has for my life and live it so fully that even God in heaven is so pleased. What could go right for you, Tender Joy? So, what could go right for me is to travel the world and see the beauty that God has created and speak and encourage people, loving who I am. What could go right is my children excelling in everything that God has ordained them for. And what could go right is my marriage growing stronger and stronger, and together myself and my husband working as a team to fulfill what God has predestined us for. What could go right is when people are encouraged through me to stand and stand firm for God. What is it that could go right is for me to live an abundant life, not in just one pillar of wealth, but holistically. And as I'm saying this, there are areas where I feel fear, I feel hesitation. And it's important that when you are saying things and you feel that struggle and that hesitation, you pay attention to that because it is speaking to you. It also revealing an area of doubt, an area of fear that you need to put your attention to build it up. Because if you don't, then it becomes the weakest link in your life. But I also know that as humans, we tend to shy away from those areas that are being brought up as weaklings in our lives and pretend as if they don't exist. And then we think that if we ignore them, then it will go away. It's not going to go away. So for me, as I was saying, what could go right? And I was saying, but in some areas, there was areas of resistance. And I'm aware that, oh, this is where I need to work on. There is resistance there. So now we are going to scan our body and go to our feet, and we ground ourselves. We see ourselves as a tree, and our roots, we're checking, are we firm? Are we grounded? And as you scan yourself and you're deepening your roots into the ground, and you declare, what does grounded mean for you? I shall not be moved. I'm standing firm. I'm glued to the ground. can stand the test of times. And also my groundedness speaks for a healthy life for me, bearing fruits that I'm supposed to bear and living my life fully. A life lived fully, a rich life, a plumpy life, a juicy life, a life lived filled with joy, with no hypocrisy, but genuineness, authenticity, a life filled with laughter, not laughter that's on the mouth, but a laughter that comes from the heart, a laughter that when it's being laughed, it heals and soothes the body, a life that is filled with kindness, with joy, with love, a life that sees beauty, and a life where we're not trying to change anyone, but we inspire each other by being ourselves and be in alignment with God. And as we move up, put on the belt of truth. This is where we have our identity. I'm not my past. I'm not what happens to me. I'm not my title. I'm not my possession. But I am spirit. I am soul. I am body, but more soul and spirit, because those are the areas of me that are everlasting. But even the body will be saved because of the focus that I've given to the spirit. The things that happened to me, especially those that are negative, they don't identify me and they don't determine my future. My future is bright. I am a woman of integrity. I fear God. All my needs are met. I'm standing on the solid rock, which is Christ. And in Him, I find certainty, even in the world of uncertainty. I find assurance in the world of insurance, in a shaking world. I love uncertainty. I love variety. I love diversity. I love it when people are different from me. I'm not asking you to be like me, but as I observe you, as I look at you, I get inspired. I love new things. When new things come, I don't demonize them. I don't say they are from the devil, but I open my heart, understanding that everything was created by my Father. There's nothing that the enemy has ever created. By the way, he is also a creation by God. So I open up my heart. I don't close myself off. So as I'm saying that, there's an area of weakness that is popping up for me. So I need to work it out or search it out to look what this is. And most of the time we judge each other. And when people are different from us, we hate them. When people are different from us, we say they are not of God. And we hold on to a critical spirit. But the spirit is not of God, because everybody who criticizes is actually criticizing God himself, the creator of the heavens and the earth. There's nothing that exists that was never created by him. So if we criticize, if we pinpoint, we fault find, the one who takes offense is the one who created all these things. So stepping back on a safe space where we say, Father, let your will be done in our lives as it is done in heaven. Help us, teach us, give us the ability to embrace diversity, to trust you in the midst of trials, to trust you in the midst of hell, because even in hell you are there. But we don't want to be in hell, so we choose to be in heaven. Though we know that even in hell you are there, but it's better to be in heaven, to experience the beauty of the Lord than to experience fire, anger, bitterness, judgment, separation, unforgiveness. Help us, Father. We need your help right now. And we know that we are significant, we are important because of you who live in us, not because of our own doing. We are important because you made us important. There's nothing that we need to do. But sometimes we get deceived and delusioned that the more I do, the more important I become. Yes, that's the system of this world that we are in. But as far as you are concerned, oh God, you loved us before we were sinners. Since we are important, then for you, God, you honor when we do things that are aligned with the fact that we are important. When we show off, we show who we are. Not doing just because we want to be important, but knowing that we are important, and then we show off who we are. We live life knowing who we are. No one needs to tell us good words for us to feel good, because we are already good. May we find, may we embrace this. May we embrace it. And we love to contribute, we love to give. We were born to give. And you said in your word, giving, when we give, there's multiplication. If we give, it comes back to us, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. So today we are going to go around and find reasons to give, because when we do that, we are securing even our future. And above all, to give to you, God. To give what belongs to you. To never hold back from giving to you. And also growing. We love to grow. We love to grow in you, in knowledge, in doing good. Because if we don't grow, we die. So today, we're making a commitment to grow, to learn, to learn even from our environment, to learn even from our enemies, to learn even from our own behavior, to learn from other people's experiences that have been written in books, to learn above all, to learn from the Word of God. So I think we will leave it here. This was just us working on our identity. And there's a lot to say. But because of time, we're just going to leave it here. And then we begin now to think about, okay, let's breathe in, fill our hearts with love, with gratitude, with joy, with peace, and everything that is good. Open ourselves up and be excited about life and be in love with life. We're filled with joy and we jump for joy. We are so open that we are like water and we're like air. We are unstoppable. Our influence is so great. And we begin now to look at our vision boards, begin to tell the story behind your vision board and declare it over your life. Know that the Lord is good and He wants you to prosper in all areas of your life. And one thing that you can do in connection with your vision board is to look at it and just say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And as we wrap up, as we fill ourselves with gratitude, today is a new day, is a good day. Go and make memories and make history. Add value on someone. Laugh and smile a lot. Look people in the eye and see them. And look at how they react as you smile at them. And let us make this world a better place. And it begins with me and it begins with you. Amen. So thank you so much, everyone. I don't know how this meditation today felt for you, but I'm encouraging you that you do the very same thing as you meditate on your own. Yeah. If you're having trouble, you can, challenges and you have questions, you can write to us the number that I'm posting on the chat. Then you can write there and then we'll be able to assist you. I know that there's someone who asked me to explain internal representation again because she felt she needs more understanding. So what I will do tomorrow, I will also explain it again here and also explain it in our WhatsApp group, Lasicon. Yeah. And if Uguti, you want to be a part of a group, we are going to be starting a new group, a meditation of that is open. We will set up that groups for people to join it. I see that abantu abaningi la, they are saying shalom, shalom, shalom. It means you have contact with us. So as we send out a number for you to be able to be a part of that WhatsApp group so that we can connect together. So please make sure that you are a part of that. Ngoba ezinye izinto soyichaza lapho. Okay, so thank you so much. Goodbye. Let's see each other in the afternoon. Oh, this afternoon I won't be here because Dr. Swane, my husband, is preaching somewhere, so I won't be here this afternoon. So we see La Perolik Kwamash. So if you do have time and you are close, please come and join us. Bless you. Bye-bye.